Hey guys, Jacob Wallace, ABC Window Cleaning Supply. Today, we're talking about squeegees and the different characteristics that you're going to want to consider when you're picking the right squeegee for you. So let's just get into it, huh? Now the first thing we're going to talk about is material. The most popular material is going to be brass. This is the most common handle on the market, this being the Ettore Basic Screw-On. Brass is great, it's versatile, it's inexpensive, but there's a couple other materials to check out as well. We also have stainless steel. Now stainless steel is great. It's not going to tarnish the same way that brass will, but it's a little bit on the heavy side. Aluminum is going to be the lightest of the materials, like this Squeegee handle for example. It's great because it's so light, and believe it or not, on something as small as a squeegee handle, it actually does make a difference. You can really tell holding them side by side. Now one more type of material you'll want to consider is going to be plastic. Now plastic is really light, and it's great because a lot of the features we're going to talk about later only come in plastic. So let's get on to those other features. Now you're also going to want to consider whether you want a swivel handle or not. A handle like this one is great, but it's what we call fixed, so it's not going to move at all. On the other hand, a lot of handles out there swivel, and so you can actually change the angle to whatever you need. We've got a great video from Jeff Class. You can check it out here and it'll tell you a little bit more about why you would want your handle to swivel. The next thing you'll want to consider is whether you want a clip style or a clipless squeegee. Now this makes a big difference because the pieces that you get are not interchangeable, so whatever type of channel you get, you're going to want to get that same kind of handle as well. Now the traditional squeegee, such as this Squeegee channel, is going to be clip style. So what this means is that the rubber is held in place by a clip. And so when you push it in, the rubber isn't going to slide out of your channel because those clips are holding it in place. Some other channels are what's called clipless, and so the rubber is not held in place and can slide out. In the liquidator, it's pushed in a little bit so it doesn't slide super freely, but in others, if you held it sideways, the rubber would just fall right out. Now, in order to hold the rubber in place, you're going to have a special handle, such as this Unger Ergotech handle. The handle has little teeth in it, which are going to reach over the side of the channel and grip the rubber, keeping it from sliding out. So make sure if you're getting a clipless channel that you also get a compatible clipless handle. Now your basic handles are going to be screw-on. What that means is that in order to loosen them and add a channel or to remove a channel, you're going to have to get a screwdriver and unscrew the screws that we see here. Now sometimes this is desirable in case you're not going to be changing that channel very often, or let's say you're a high-rise window cleaner and you don't want the risk of the channel sliding out and falling. On the other hand, you can also get quick release handles. In this case, all you have to do is flip up a lever and then you're good to add or remove your channel. When you're ready to tighten it again, you just push it back down. This is great if you're in a circumstance where you'd like to be able to change your channel frequently and easily. Now in some cases, you're going to be doing windows that have deep ledges. Especially if you're doing pole work, you're going to find that a handle like this just isn't going to cut it. So if you ever run into a circumstance like that, you're going to want a squeegee handle that offers a deeper reach for those ledges. A great example of that would be the ledger. The ledger comes in a couple different sizes, such as this one, and you can see how much farther in it will go, getting you over a deep ledge. Now channels come in quite a few different sizes. They'll come as short as 5 or 6 inches, such as this one. These are great for doing cut-ups, and we even have a lot of customers that have even smaller applications, and they'll just take a hacksaw and they'll cut it to a custom length, just for a certain job. But of course, as you get into bigger windows, you don't want to work with a little squeegee because it takes longer. Most popular size would be 18 inches. Very versatile, it's going to work for most windows. But most channels will come in lengths up to 36 inches, such as this Ettore Super Channel. This is great for a really big window, or if you're doing pole work, it allows you to do a lot more of the window in a single stroke, allowing you to go faster. Now, you're also going to want to consider standard versus wide body. Now, what we call standard channels are just a little bit thinner, so they're going to work with most of the handles we've been talking about. However, as you get into longer lengths, and even some shorter lengths if that's your preference, you tend to end up with these wider channels. The wider channels are going to be more durable, they're going to let you go longer without it bending, but they do require that you get a compatible wide body handle. Now most wide body handles are compatible with any wide body channel, just like most standard channels are compatible with any standard handle. Just keep in mind again about clipless versus clip style. But with Widebody, you're just going to see a little bit bigger of an opening. And so you'll see this Ninja handle works just fine with it, but this same Ninja handle would not work with a smaller standard channel. Now, a home modification that a lot of window cleaners have done in the past is what's called dog earing. In that case, you're going to take the corners of your channel and you're going to use a pair of pliers and just bend them in a little bit. That's going to allow them to put a little bit of pressure all the way to the end of the rubber, which helps with your detail work. Recently, Mormon came out with the liquidator. In this case, the dog earing feature is built right in. You can see the angle here and how this clip is putting pressure right on the end. You can of course do this with just about any channel as long as you're inventive and have the pliers, but this is a great option for out of the box. So, those were the basic characteristics of squeegee channels and handles. Of course, there's more to learn. You can check out this post we created which goes into a little bit more detail. There are also some other specialty products out there that we did not cover in this video, but you know, there's always room for more videos in the future, so I'd suggest you subscribe and you can check out new videos as they come out. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.